The following game has no ESRB rating, nor is there any sort of restrictive content warning or any sort of warning as to what may be in the game. From what I have played so far, it doesn't seem to have anything worrisome in terms of age-restrictive content. So if I were to guess, if it were to have an ESRB rating, I would say most likely it would be rated E for everyone. So following that guess, and having never completed the game, I can't say exactly the whole of it just from my experience, but I would say that anyone under the age of 6 should not be watching this video. You have been warned. Greetings and salutations, I am Outlier, and I bid you welcome to this channel. Joining me today is, of course, my usual co-hosts, Snowball and Wolf. And today we're returning back to Autonauts. No, it's not the submarine game. Well, if you give me a minute, I'll tell you. So the premise of Autonauts is that you were sent to this planet, or at least I believe you're sent to this planet, to build a colony for your people. And you need to first build up infrastructure, manage a food supply, and then get your freeze-dried colonists down onto the surface. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. In order for your colony to thrive. Now, you could have your character wander around and do pretty much everything under the sun, and every task that needs doing you can accomplish. But this game is designed so that you don't actually have to do any of that. All you have to do is build an entire robot horde, program them to do whatever task you need doing, and then set them loose upon the surface of the planet. Well, when you put it that way, it does sound rather sinister, yes. At least so far, the robots haven't tried to revolt. In fact, they haven't even tried to unionize, even though I have been assigning them guilds. Yeah, there's that. So that's the basic premise of the game. If you haven't caught any of the other episodes that we've done so far, we've gotten the basic infrastructure down. We have a logging enterprise. We have a stone quarry enterprise. We also have the ability to manufacture tools and 2 different types of food set up, and we reconstituted a couple freeze-dried colonists so far. We are at a slight bottleneck in that in order to proceed into the game, I need to unlock newer, better, shinier tools, as well as find other resources with which to increase industry. But in order to do any of that, I believe I actually need to unlock the appropriate research first. In order to do that, I need to collect and process the WUV that colonists get from having my robots spoon feed them. So that's where we're at. This game is, of course, made by Thank you again. That being said, let us begin. So this is the colony. We do have, as I said before, several industries currently working. This is the wood and logging industry, where they plant trees, well, dig up stumps, plant trees, harvest the trees once they're fully grown, gather the logs. The logs are then taken to the Woodcutters Guild, or whatever I called them. Now, Lumberjacks is this group. No, it is the Woodcutters Guild. Alright, so the Woodcutters Guild then takes the logs if need be, turns them into planks, then another one turns those planks, well, which then get dropped off here, and then another one turns those planks into poles, which I use to build, well, anything that I need. I also have a small Stonecutters Guild here that makes the stone and gathers the stone. And also, in addition to logging efforts, there's also production of sticks, which are also collected, put here, and then the sticks and stones, in addition to breaking bones, yes, I will make that joke every time, then feeds Smith & Sons, who are the guys that make all the various tools I have access to, which then go to fuel the Stonecutters Guild and the Lumberjacks. Yeah, call them the Lumberjacks. And in addition to that, there's also the Mushmen, who plant, grow, and harvest, and gather the mushrooms. And then there's also the Berrymen, which basically do the same for berries. Now, I do have plenty of robots building stuff, so I actually have quite a few bits in the supply chain just having overflow. Well, I haven't actually built this pile of crates yet, but that's practically full, that's halfway full, that's almost empty. This is 3/4 full. I have these right here, which are just basically overflow. This is full, this is full, this is full. Don't even get me started about that. But that's full, the tools are full, everything's basically full, and everybody's actually running out of power. Because the one thing that's preventing the robots from being self-sufficient is their lack of rechargeable power supply. Now, I do have robots to rewind the robots, but I have no one to rewind the robots who are rewinding the robots. I said that right? What do you mean you fell asleep? So, once the rewinding robots run out of juice, the rest of the entire team will run out of juice. See, there's one of the rewinders right now. And then the entire team will eventually stop. And then also, ones like these robots, don't actually have a rewinding group. So I gotta do it manually. In addition to all the robots, I have these 3 colonists, which apparently enjoy sitting on their heads. And they're constantly being fed food, and they're constantly producing WUV, which are these red hearts, which are supposed to be collected into this thing. It's rewound. So there's that. Problem is, I haven't quite figured out how to process the WUV into research, which, near as I can tell, is the one thing that I need to proceed. I mean, I do have various pinned plans I need to farm. My current plans are right now to do some research, farm vegetables, and farm fruit. So I need to plant apples, so I need to find apples, because I don't have access to apples. And I need to plant an apple orchard, have the apple trees grow, and then harvest the apples. I also need to find pumpkin seeds and pumpkins. For those two. Neither of which I have. I'm assuming those resources can be found in the unexplored areas. So that's what we're hopefully going to work on today. And I would assume... Gonna grab some free love. But if it's like any other resource, I can just take it over here and just drop everything off. Although it's not letting me do that. So I have absolutely no idea how to drop this off right here. Maybe I need a stone. Okay, so that's what I need to do. So I need to, whatever I'm researching, I need to put on here first and then feed it love. Okay, so that's going to get interesting. And the lumberjacks are running out of juice. Again. You know what? I should probably actually move the research bench over here, because if most of what I need is going to be WUV, I should probably put it close enough to the WUV gathering point. That, or build another robot and have the it move the stockpiled WUV to somewhere else. So let's go with the easier of the two. Structure. Yeah, here looks good. Wrong button. I always forget the controls. So that's giving me points towards something. I just don't quite know what. Usually the little +1 symbol that appears here means that it's going towards an active blueprint. Managed to research something, so we researched the stone and fed it 20 love, and we got the crude hand net, which is used to catch bait and leeches, a fishing stick, which I'm assuming is for fish, a wooden mallet, which allows me to bash trees to get seeds, sticks, fruit, and the like, a crude blade, and that's it. Well, that's one research project, and then to complete 12 of them in order to get this piece. So, well, so it looks like various things. If I research various things, I'll get extra stuff. So you know what? We'll go with the basic, with the log, so that way we can get the colonists' basic structures. Okay, so what I'm going to do... So what's all this but some new stuff? This one I made a scooter last time, but I may not have. But what I am going to do is... Let's pick up this log right here. Make a new robot, because I am not picking up 100 WUV and feeding it to this machine over and over again. Well, it's actually 150 WUV. Still. So, like every other problem I have in this game, it is going to be solved with a robot. Alright, so wind you up. Switch to instruction, we record. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here. so move to colonist web storage 3, take from colonist web storage 3, and then we put it over here. Add to research station. We do this forever. Well, I guess we can't flag it as question mark fill. Nope. So I would like to program it so that way it fills it up until the research is completed. But I can't actually flag it for due until filled. Well, maybe it's empty. Nope, not that either. Empty until held object is full, until held object not full, until empty times forever until here. I guess we're going to do it forever. And if I don't have any active research, you'll probably just simply pile the wub somewhere. Start. Now we just gotta wait for that to get done. And then we'll have some simple housing for these guys. So, let's take a look at all the new stuff that we can make. We can make a crude blade from 2 stones, a wooden mallet from a log and a pole, a fishing stick from a pole, and a crude crude hand net from a pole and a plank. Alright, so I don't recall if I ever actually made the scooter, so I'm going to do that right now. That's another thing. I discovered that there's a chicken hiding out in the, that's a fruit tree. Hiding out in the lumber yard, so I'm having another robot just gather any eggs that happen to be in there. The random egg though. Put that there. So the robot can go pick it up. Forgot I was carrying 3 poles for a minute. Alright, so what's the scooter used for? The Alt key, so I can left click with it. That just means I carry it. Okay. I'll just leave the scooter there until I can figure out what I'm doing with it. Alright, so I do have fruit here, so I could technically start the fruit farming. I think I need a mallet for that. Yeah, bash trees to get seeds, sticks, fruit, and the like. Alright, so let's make a mallet. Requires a log and a pole, so not a plank. Okay, so that's the mallet. Gonna drop the spade right there. Pick up the mallet. See how this goes. Alright, so that gets me apples. What is this thing? A wardrobe. So that means I am probably going to need to build an apple industry. So there's that fruit tree there. And one thing that I would think that I would probably want to do is just set up the apples right here. Because in order to grow plants, you need dirt. So I either need to remove enough turf to make a patch, or I can just use an existing patch of dirt. So I'm going to need the axe, because these trees are in the way. There. And let's start logging. I won't have a robot do this, because it's not going to be something I plan on repeating over and over and over again. I mean, I'm just dropping down these, what, 8, 9 trees? Alright, so now that they're all done, you know what, I'll keep the axe for now. Stick it in the path. Let's take some of these seeds, and that's actually full, so I'll just drop the seeds off right here. Alright, so I am going to need some means of reproducing mallets. So Smith & Sons is probably going to need to be expanded so shortly. But that's an issue for not right now. How big is this area? So if I make the fruit area as large as the logging area, it's going to need to come out to like here. I started here. Of course, if I go up all that far, it's going to end up... Why is that plug red whenever I roll over that? And it's not raining. And the berrymen and the mushman are out of power. Again. So that's not one of the rewinders. Trying to figure out which one rewinds which robot. There we go. Why bother recharging every robot? We're gonna just recharge the recharger. So I'm gonna need a robot for now. And if I whack these bushes with an axe, will they die? No. What about the shovel? Because if I make the fruit farm here and make it 11 by 11, these bushes will be in the way. So we're just going to get rid of these bushes real quick. I mean, I assure you, I got plenty of fruit of berry bushes, and quite enough resources to make quite a few more if need be. Plus, there's plenty of other flowers and whatnot. No, I should probably actually start the fruit area here. So then, robot. I was going to hand him that spade. So here's what I want you to do. Going to go over here, and we're going to remove all the stumps. do that forever. And we're going to move... No, let's actually have the area start at this corner, so that way they're not overriding this portion of Smith & Sons. Yeah, that'll work. That way any apples fall out of bounds, they won't hit this thing. So do forever, do until hands empty, after which you go here and pick up a new shovel. And you do that forever. Now go. Alright, and then we'll wait until he's done here. And then once he's done digging up all these stumps, I'll have him dig up the turf. And once all the turf's dug up, then we'll start worrying about other fruit, other plants. Pick up these berries here. I should also probably get rid of these stumps here because they're technically out of this robot's search area, so he's not going to get to these 4 stumps. And then we'll fill in the holes. And that actually should be his last stump, so we could probably actually move on. To the turf, although his battery's running low. Yeah, that's the nearest tree stump. So now we have him stop, we have him record. So find nearest turf in this search area, and we're going to increase the search area to the same dimensions as the other search area. And what we're going to do is just put these up here and get rid of these. So rather than digging up stumps, he's just going to dig up turf. Begin. Then I'm just going to have him fill in, and then I'm just going to fill in the holes. Rewind him once he's out. Break my own shovel. Grab a spare. Thankfully, I have quite a few spares. Okay, so now that that's done, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these spare turf blocks and actually replant them over here, so that way this is turf as opposed to dirt. Partially so that way I can see at a glance where the edges of the field are going to be. And also, I already have, like, what? Yeah, almost 2 full things of turf. And I don't really need to be stockpiling more, I guess. Especially considering I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with the stockpiles that I have. Yeah, so it's going to be here and then this way. I was gonna say I could just grab them from here, but he's going to be digging more turf, and I'll eventually get enough just to close this off. And he's out of power again. So one thing that I may have forgotten how to do is how to get it so that way the search area is effectively every other square. So if we look at the lumberjacks, let's see which one. Guy with the shovel. Yeah, so his search area looks like this, and I don't quite know how to set it up like that. Because every other search area is, well, if I just use the default search area, they're going to plant fruit trees to make it look like this or this, which I'm not certain is feasible. So once this robot here manages to remove all the turf, I'm going to need to dig holes to plant the fruit trees in, plant the fruit trees. Then once they grow, I can set up a team to basically run around with hammers and knock all the fruit down, as well as gather all the fruit up, and then probably just have some random unlucky robot move the fruit from over here to over here, and then have another robot just use the fruit to feed the colonists. That's a wad of love that's just sitting around. Okay, so that's the border of the field. Let's rewind you. And he's almost got enough love to finish that, so I'm curious what's going to happen once they there's no research field going. Or no research project. Okay, so we've researched shelter technology, and we can now build a crude hut. Alright, so he's just gonna sit there. Okay then. What next do I want to do? No, let's see what happens when we just do basic upgrades. I need a tree seed for that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So we'll put the colonists. Yeah, it's in the center of their area. I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't actually have them in the center of the area, but, yeah, well. I'm gonna need 4 logs. Let's take it from here because A, it's closest, and B, it means that they'll start gathering logs because they're starting to pile up because this area is filled, and I'm not using them to build planks or poles because I don't need to. Okay, so we actually managed to evolve a colonist once we have a shelter for them. So Bupion is now level 2, as he now has food and shelter. So colonists now give love 10 times if you meet their needs. Like I didn't have enough love to begin with. But let's build houses for the other 2. Interesting. The robots in charge of feeding aren't actually feeding this one. So I may need to reprogram the robots. On the plus side, if they're not producing WOV, it should give the WOV collecting robot enough time to actually clean up the area. Of course, that also means I'm not getting WOV to build more, well, to research more things. Okay, so now that there's that, we rewind you. Alright, so where's the purple team? Oh, the caretakers. So we stop. Record. So we'll get rid of these. Match this area. Okay, so it's find nearest crude hut hungry colonist in. Move to the crude hut hungry colonist and add crude hut hungry. Okay. Alright, I should not have done that. I should not have done that. Remove the old area so that way. So who's the mushroom guy? Alright, so the zone, the area is actually just above, ends just above this flower. Alright, I didn't stop. Okay, I see what I did. Because I just simply exited out, the new programming didn't take. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop, we're going to record, give the fruit to this guy, match the area, get all these, and move these up. And we should be good now. Why do you have 3 berries? Stop. Drop everything. Now continue. Of course, all the berries are at maximum anyway. Weird. Anyway, gonna need to update this one as well. So record, play, and then stop. because I'm going to need a mushroom first. Cord. Feed the mushroom to the colonists. Do that. Update the program and send him on his way. Alright, so we should be good there. So I'm going to find the rewinder eventually. Maybe we should actually look at the list. Alright, so how are we doing here? He is offline, so what I'm going to need to do is build a robot to rewind robots for these guys. So that'll be next on the hit parade. Of course, the problem now is I have to wait until a robot gets powered down in order to teach this one how to rewind things. Well, it shouldn't take too long. Eventually, team's gonna run out again, so I can always wait till then. Alright, so at least they have some sort of shelter. I don't know, does shelter actually wear out? Put him down. Oh, maybe it does. Why are they just holding? I mean, to be fair, the storage is rather full. But they're just like holding spare stuff. I don't get it. Oh well. It's another issue for another time. In the meantime, what are we gonna do? No, I was not going to do that. Every time you keep saying that's what we're going to do, and no, we're not going to do that. But I digress. So well, I do need pumpkins or pumpkin seeds in order to do farming vegetables, and I don't have access to pumpkins, so I guess we're going to go exploring. And exploring is just simply walking off to the great areas on the map and seeing what's there. And we got pumpkins as well as wheat. Alright, so I'm going to need a scythe for the pumpkins. But I don't have access to a scythe. Actually, no, hang on. Wait, stop. You. Record. Shrink that. So we're going to ignore that one. We're going to move the search area over to here. Max out this side so it's slightly overlapping the actual field. Well, it's overlapping the field. And do that forever, and then play. So this one should now be able to recharge this one. I mean, he's basically almost done anyway, but still. And I have the collection and recharge robots have the area larger than the actual industry field area, because stuff has a tendency to fall just out of bounds. Oh look, research complete. Wow. But as I was saying, so that way the collectors will collect the stuff on the edges, but yeah, and I won't have like stuff just outside. So, researching the tree seed, we got crude bot speed upgrade. Increase the speed at which bot performs actions, for example, moving over surfaces using tools. An energy upgrade, which bots last longer between recharges. Backpack upgrade, bots could store more. Power upgrade, bot can hold more in its end effect. Oh, its hands. Sensor upgrade, search radius and search speed. Bot memory is to fit more and more instructions. Crude data storage. Bot drive Mark 1. Bot body Mark 1. Bot head Mark 1. Bot. And a basic bot workbench. So I unlocked a new level of research. Goody. So I can get power technology, robot technology to get the Mark II robots. Plant breeding technology, which I guess gets me carrots and coconuts. Basic flooring, basic walls, structural parts, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we still need to research storage technology, farming technology, and cooking technology. Alright, so let's focus on level 1 before we start working on level 2. Just so that way we don't miss anything basic, any of the basic stuff, and we gotta go back. So it allows me to make new things. I have no idea what a data storage does. Okay, so I'm guessing... So the basic bot, I now have access from the basic bot to the full, I guess the standard bot. So, but to do that I would need a bot head, a bot body, and a bot drive. Which I'm guessing you build at the new basic bot workbench. We'll set that down there. And we'll go research something else. So my options currently right now are a plank, a crude blade, and berries. I'm guessing the crude blade will get me the scythe and whatnot. So this probably should be in next on the hit parade. To do that I need a crude blade, and to build a crude blade I believe I need 2 stones. Yep, 2 stones. I got plenty of stones. We take that, drop that off here. Why is this one robot just sitting over on top of the other guy? Okay. Oh. I forgot to select it. My mistake. Alright, so now this is done. I should probably just gather up all the spare turf. Just leave it here for now. Alright, so this one, we're going to have him stop. And if we break out the shovel, what we're going to do is we hit record. Dig hole. In this whole area. And okay, so here we go. select full or alternating, horizontal stripes, vertical stripes, checkerboard. Let's go with alternating. Soil, use held item, and get rid of the old areas. So, start there. What's 39 and 40 doing? So they're just hauling stuff. No, I'll move, which one's this? 45 to the caretakers, because he's technically involved with the gathering of love. Rewind him, because, well, he's out. Actually, no, he's not the one gathering up the love from the, colonists. But it was. He's the one that's taken the love to the research table. Alright, so for the berryman, 30. It wasn't 30. You're 30. Okay, there we go. And they've maxed out. There's no more stones to gather. Okay. Alright, so he's digging up that. You can't get size and other fancy schmancy tools until after that gets done researched. Of course, it's going to be a pain in the butt to... Because once I get upgraded tools and the like, I'm going to have to not only increase Smiths and Sons, but also possibly change what they're building. Because if I'm going to get, say, more advanced axes, spades, and picks, there's no point on just making the crude stuff. Of course, I guess what I could do is, because I have a massive surplus, just have them stop building things. They're actually out of sticks. I mean, this whole area is a mess. Maxed out on tree seeds, I've maxed out on lumber. Don't get me started on the gears. But what do I need for this? 4 logs, 8 planks, and 6 bricks. Keep forgetting, you can only carry 1 log at once. It'll be easier just to pick them up off the ground. How are we doing over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About halfway done. Okay. I mean, I technically don't need the areas as large as they are. I mean, if you look at the lumber yard, most of the trees are actually just stumps most of the time. Because I don't have enough robots digging up the stumps and planting more tree seeds to grow more trees. I mean, I could. But I haven't gotten to an issue where I need the logs that badly. I mean, if anything, I got a massive surplus of logs. I can't get rid of them fast enough. And the only reason the mushroom field and berry patch look like the way that they do is I made certain all the mushrooms are planted first before I had them just keep harvesting. Carrying 1 or 2? I'm carrying 2. Wrong button. Alright, so there we go. Basic bot workbench. So What are these for? Let's make one of these. You know what? Let's not make one of those. Don't need smarter bots. Let's actually upgrade the energy. Which I don't need tree seeds for that, so we'll just, both look maxed out. We'll just dump them here. For now. So I need 4 crude gears. I think I actually have enough gears. So I can only carry 2 at a time. Okay, so what exactly do I do with this? I mean, I don't think I put it here. Can I upgrade? Can I use it to upgrade an existing bot? Stop you for a quick second. Now that just hands it to him. Alright, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Alright, yeah, that just tells me how to make these things. It doesn't explain how to use them. Is there... Well, there's certainly a whole bunch of certificates, but I'm not seeing one where you're able to upgrade robots. There's actually cows and sheep in the game. Interesting. And leeches. Where did I find bees' nests? You know, I don't want to know where I found bees' nests. Various vehicles. Miscellaneous. Colonists. Apparently there are gnomes as well. Let's make the speed upgrade and see if that does anything. Just take them from the massive standing pile. Because, why not? Nope, nope, wrong one. We also only need 1 pole. Okay, I didn't do anything, although Lee is done shoveling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the berryman, or the mushman. 29. Rewind the rewinder so that way he repowers everybody else. I'm actually just going to plant these 2. Get the mallet. Dump the spade. Bean this fruit tree for more fruit. Okay, so we managed to research farming technology. So we have crude shears now, a crude flail, a crude hoe, and a crude scythe. Let's plant those 4. Then we will wait for those to finish growing. After that, I'll probably reprogram this bot to actually harvest the crops. And once those are all harvested, I'll probably... I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 32 spots left to basically just grow trees. So probably just replant the trees myself, and then after that's done, program a robot just to collect the fruit. So we have a crude workbench, a crude hoe, and a crude scythe. So it didn't actually upgrade these tools, so we don't need to worry about that just yet. But the next thing on the research... Now let's go with buckets next. So need 1 plank. Okay, so I want to know how to upgrade the robots. So let's start with a new robot. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to reprogram the robots. In the meantime, I need you to stop. I need you to drop your shovel, because you don't need the shovel anymore, and it's practically broken anyway. And we'll go build a mallet. Give that to you. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to record us whacking this tree. There. Good there. And, well, that'll be that. So we'll just put this up here. Now the problem is, I don't actually have anything to... Just get rid of these. And then start. So once this mallet breaks, I don't have a means of easily replacing it. Guess that fruit tree wasn't fully grown yet. Alright, so good for there. And then once more fruit grows down, we'll just keep planting and planting and planting. In the meantime, we are going to need another workbench, because we are going to need mallets. That. I'm going to set this up to make mallets, and the new robot that I don't have doing anything is what we're going to do. I'm going to go over here. Don't know what that was. Pick up a log. I'm going to go over here to drop off the log. I'm going to get a pole. I'm going to drop off the pole. I'm going to build mallets. Do that forever, and then we go. Okay, so that increases the that's research storage technology, so we'll get the crude backpack upgrade. The crude bucket, which stops or carry liquids, particulates like sand. Also handy for milking cows. A barrel. A small silo, which is basically not storage. And a good workbench.
So I might need to upgrade the workbenches now. That's fun. Why do I only have 3 apples? Oh, there's... So I thought they kept giving, the apples kept being, gathered in groups of 2. So why did I have an odd number? Because I still technically have an odd number. Oh, there's another one. Yet another odd number. I mean, trees are trees, so probably shouldn't be too picky about it. And he's just building mallets left and right. Good backpack upgrade. Alright, so what I'm going to need is I'm going to need a storage. So we're going to need 4 planks and 4 poles for this. So we're just going to toss all these mallets in here for now. Just so that way it's not overflowing. Yeah, it's weird, they're stacking mallets, but not any of the others. It's different. You know what, it's probably... He's out of battery power, interesting. Let's have you stop. Record. Do until that's filled. And then repeat forever. So now that that's filled, we'll just stop, and we just grab this and toss it in there, and it keeps going. Okay then. Probably should have did that for the guy making gears. $48. You get added to Smith and Sons. Who's the one making gears? Okay, so here it is. Until that's filled. Maybe forever. So wherever he is, he should just simply now not be doing anything until we run out of gears. Let's rewind all of these guys. And we just got fruit all over the place. Guess we just keep planting. Also, is his... I just wanted you to stop real quick. And for record, he's actually out of mallet. So I'm going to go over here and grab a new mallet. Move that up here, and then play. And then he's out of power. Just gonna finish planting the field by hand, because again, they're not chopping down the fruit trees, so as soon as I finish planting the rest of the field, there's not going to be any need for a robot to plant anything. So I see little need to program a robot to do all this. What I am going to need is a robot to actually store the fruit. We're going to need a robot to take the mallets to the storage bin. And night has fallen. Alright, so I do still need to build storage for the fruit. Build a robot to gather the fruit. You know what, actually, let's just do that now. Yeah, but here's busy, so I'll put it over. I'll put it here. I can always move it later, I guess. And the mushmen are out of power again. And I haven't started the final research project either. Okay, so now that that's done, we go over to the mushmen and recharge them. Yeah, that was 29. So now that that's done, I'm going to need, well, 2 logs. I'm going to need, as I said before, 2 robots. Charge you on the way back. Alright, so what I need you to do is I need you to grab this mallet and shove it in there. Yeah, okay. Do until this thing is full and repeat forever. Now go. I'm going to need another robot. Power you on. What we need to do is I'm going to need you to gather this fruit. In fact, gather every fruit in this area. I need you to drop it off here. Do that forever. You know what? Do it until that's full, and then do that forever. Now go. So now I'm going to need a new team. There's the squeaker. There we are. I guess that is the next color. Okay. And these are going to be the fruit flyers.
Because I'm very creative when it comes to names. Yes, I know, it's called irony.
Okay, so now that that team's been made, I need 46. 47 and 50. I'm up to 50 robots now. That's interesting. Alright. We'll just shrink all the teams right now, except for the fruit flyers, so that way I don't have to scroll up as far. And I should probably also have another team for the spare robots. The ones moving the berries and the mushrooms. You know, you're going to be part of Smith & Sons. Because he's the one moving the mallets to storage. Alright, so what do I need for the final thing of research? A berry. Should be easy. Slide in, rewind you, and we've officially finished the fruit farming fruit plan. And we get more outfits. And we also get an additional commemorative slab added to the totem pole. Because fun things. There. Alright, and I should probably build this up for the fruit, and then have somebody move the fruit from, here to here. And then have somebody feed the fruit to these guys. And I should probably also build another robot for the shelters. Oh, to maintain the shelters. But that is another issue for another time, because I'm going to call it here.
Everybody stay safe from the plague, and have a good day.